Hello, welcome to our Gems of the Alshich. The Parsha is Tetzave, and the Tetzave starts off with the instruction to light the Menorah, which was in the Mishkan, and it says the following thing: "Va'at Tetzave es b'nei Yisrael, you will command the Jewish people, v'yichu lecha shemen zayas, zoch, pure olive oil, kosis l'ma'or, la'alas Ner Tamid." It's got to be pure. It's got to be processed in such a way that it is fit to illuminate the light continually. A Ner Tamid, a continual light. Now, the obvious problem here in the Hebrew is it says that you will have to have this olive oil in order to kindle a Ner Tamid. A Ner is the singular, a one light, but of course the Menorah had 7 lights, 7 candles or candelabras, and bowls of oil which burned. Why isn't the singular? So the Alshich points to a very important idea. I suppose a simple idea. There is, throughout the biblical writing, the idea of soul being compared to a light. When a person does a mitzvah, says the Alshich, normally there's a blessing that we make before a mitzvah, which is Asher Kiddushana b'mitzvah. You make me holy. Blessed art thou, Lord God, King of the universe, Asher Kiddushana, who has made me holy by the performance of this mitzvah. Now, the mitzvah might be something which you would think to yourself, well, why on that earth would that make me holy? Like Shluch has a can climbing a tree to shoo away the mother bird before you take the eggs. But apparently all of this, well, not apparently, logically you would assume that if God tells you to do such stuff, in order to achieve holiness, then the thing itself is the instrument of that goal. So here, it's saying that a soul, in the singular, it doesn't say lahadlik Ner Tamid, to ignite a light, but la'alas, to raise up a light. The performance of a mitzvah in and of itself is something that's going to create holiness within us, whether we understand the logic behind the mitzvah, or whether we don't understand the logic behind the mitzvah. There are 2 categories, in fact. Mitzvahs, it's called mitzvahs sichlios, ones which are logical and obvious, like don't kill, don't steal, no murder, no adultery, and ones which make no sense at all, like wool and linen being worn in the same garment or woven in the same garment, which is prohibited by the Torah. Why not? See no reason to that. Well, the Torah does, and God does. And when you do a mitzvah which has no clear rationale, obvious behind it, then you're making a very simple statement. Imagine your child, grandchild, whatever vintage you are, and he's got a metal knitting needle and he's about to stick it in an electricity socket. Now you're too far away to be able to grab him and stop him, but you scream to your son, grandson, granddaughter, stop! Now I hope that the relationship you have with your child or grandchild is such that even though they don't understand about accelerating current and decelerating current and wattage and voltage and earths and all that sort of stuff, they will still know that their father, grandfather, grandmother loves them, and if they're telling them to do something, even though they don't understand it, they'll listen anyway. That's the sort of idea we're talking about here. That the performance of a mitzvah in and of itself is enough to raise you up. La'alos Ner Tamid. Of course, all the Jewish souls are, as the Alshich points out, essentially seen as one soul, or parts of one big soul anyway. When Yaakov, back in Genesis, in chapter 46, verse 15, it says the souls of Yaakov's house, it says Nefesh Beisai. And the soul in the singular should say Nefoshes, because the soul is one. All the Jewish people are components of one big soul. And it's telling you that soul is elevated by the performance of a mitzvah. It's addressing that aspect of doing what Hashem wants you to do. Even if it doesn't make sense, because God told you to do it. Ultimately it does. Wish you good Shabbos.